So OPEC are set to lower production, and they kind of surprised us with an announcement on, I think it was April 2nd. It's actually OPEC Plus, which is OPEC, which is, I think, 10 countries. And then OPEC Plus is 23 countries in total. It includes Russia in addition to all the other, and a few others in addition to the original OPEC countries. They're going to cut production by 1.66 million barrels of oil per day. And this includes a previous cut by Russia of 500,000 barrels per day. So it's actually it's 1.16 million in new cuts, but then Russia also agreed to extend their 500,000 per day cut. So total is 1.66 million per day. Saudi Arabia, they cut by 500,000 per day. And this actually follows a cut of 2 million per day back in October. And so OPEC Plus, it's 60% of the world's petroleum trade. So this is going to cause gas prices in the US to start to rise a little bit. We're already seeing that. Oil is now above $80 a barrel again. It sort of shot up when they made this announcement just a few days ago. So $70 a barrel was kind of the target of the US. That's when they were going to start refilling the Strategic Petroleum Reserve, I believe, under $70 a barrel. But it doesn't look like it's getting there. Saudi Arabia seems to want it at $90 a barrel. And yeah, so $4 average gas price could be actually on the horizon again. Right now, I think the average is around $3.50 or so. But yeah, we could be looking at $4 again, which is quite a lot.
Oil's a really finicky thing, and it's such a controlled market base. The whole system is set up for manipulation from top to bottom. So when the OPEC cuts, the price goes up, right? So if you knew OPEC was going to cut on April 2nd, you go and buy barrels of oil on the market. You make $20 a barrel, and then you sell them. And I'm sure there's a lot of people that do that. So when you really start to evaluate the whole situation, what's the financial returns and how does it impact people like me and you? We're driving our cars, we put gas in them every day. You know, that's why oil is so followed, is that almost everybody in the world who drives a vehicle is based on oil.
And also every product that's delivered has to be delivered with a vehicle that runs on oil or a plane that runs on jet fuel, which all comes from the same thing. So it basically, the price of oil goes up, it impacts the price of literally everything.
Yeah, it's a continuation of trying to manipulate the markets and the things like that. So, but we're here in the United States, we have tons of oil. You know, and Canada has the oil sands. You know, how much oil is there? I think it's the second largest oil reserve in the world. You know, and the oil sands of Canada, and we have the technology now to finally extract that. So I know that there's a certain price point where they start tapping into that, but I don't know what this administration's done to stop it or support it.
Well, a higher price definitely benefits the U.S. producers, but that we haven't really got much incentive for our producers to produce now with all the regulations that have been brought in, the environmental regulations and things. So actually, wasn't there a bill that Biden vetoed or vowed to veto? I think it was HR 1, right?
I know he vetoed something, his first bill recently. So we have our here and now solution. You know, and I'm all for saving the environment, but fundamentally, we have a here and now solution about what's going on with our economy, inflation, the dollar's losing value, everything's going up in prices, the housing market, the mortgage market's at an all-time low for applications. Haven't seen it in 40 years. And so interest rates are going up, and now we're going to say, nope, we're not going to try to help people who have to pay for gas every day and stop and curb some of it, you know?
Well, I think they actually wanted, I mean, if you go by the green agenda, they actually want increasing oil prices to kind of force people to convert to electric cars or electric, whatever. It's interesting as well, like Saudi Arabia, you can see the reasons why they are sort of supporting this. They need money because they have this domestic agenda. By 2030, they want their economy to be more diversified. So we talked about that project, The Line, that linear city that they're building, right? That's all part of it. I think it's called NEOM. which is the NEOM, which is their project to build a load of like mega cities, one of which is the Line. I think there's the Octagon as well, which is something else. And yeah, so they're not as aligned with the US anymore. We had this previous arrangement with them was like oil in exchange for security, and now we don't buy as much oil as we used to from Saudi Arabia. So they're starting to flex their muscle a bit as a regional power, kind of, in OPEC, and partnering more with Russia, and rather than being totally in line with US interests.
Yeah, we'll probably turn to Venezuela to pick up some oil. There's another country that's gone from bad to worse over the last decade. I know some people that actually fled Venezuela in 2000 when it got taken over to socialism. They left and moved to Miami. So there's a lot of different things to think about. Is we're gonna go from not buying in Saudi Arabia. We need oil, so we're gonna go. Where's the next best place? Venezuela, and they need money.
Yeah.
So we'll see how much they buy. It's kind of like our treasury bonds. China stopped buying them, so we went to Brazil during Obama's administration. So Saudi Arabia wants to raise the prices, we'll go to Venezuela. That's where we'll start getting more oil.
Yeah, when we really should just be drilling it ourselves.
Right. At home production's the best. Then we don't have to transport it. We don't have to pay those extra costs and fees to get it done, and it's all locally oriented.
And our industry is actually cleaner than the way Venezuela produces it as well, because of our environmental standards that we have here.